For the first episode of the second season in our Prometheus protocol. We do have some unfortunate news, which Fatty Hakeem will give you, but just in a moment. What I'm going to do right now is just introduce everybody. I think you probably know who they are. This is Fatty Hakeem. Chris Holden-Ried, Capt Canuck, Paul Amos, Mr. Gold, and Richard Comley, the creator of Capt Canuck. So yeah, we do have a little bit of a...
I'm gonna go straight into the bad
Yeah,
news.
just
Guys, I'm really, really sorry. Literally like an hour ago, got word from the studio that it's not written. It's so close, but it's just not watchable. Couldn't really do it because there are certain scenes that are totally cut out. It wouldn't make any sense. But what we kind of did was scramble because we figured, you know, there's a bit of talent here on this stage. So we have a teaser trailer. We were on the Rick Mercer report before, so we can kind of show you a little teaser about this animation that we did for Rick Mercer. And then to boot, we have the animatic, and that animatic is essentially a storyboard that just basically runs through. And so we have the script for episode 1 in front of us, and we're just gonna read it to the animatic. If that's all right. So it's more of a live show. And by the way, this was Chris Holden-Ried that pretty awesome.
So yeah, right now I think we're going to start with the teaser, are we not?
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's look at the teaser.
let's take a look at that.
House lights down. Few possess it. Even fewer understand it. But what happens when the few become the many? Hello, Captain. I've been expecting you.
Notice it says coming soon, not today.
So unfortunately, that's really the only part of it we have to show you right now. But we do have that, we have the animatic, and of course the other part of it. But right now,
There was the Rick Mercer. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that at all. We were kind of at Fan Expo in September, and Rick Mercer did this whole thing where he kind of wanted to be in it. So we actually wrote him into episode 5. And we did a little clip that showed up on the Mercer report, which was on last Tuesday, I believe. It was like a Fan Expo special, that sort of thing. So we got that. It's literally 30 seconds, but it's kind of, it's got Chris's voice in it.
I can't believe it. I finally figured it out. It was staring me in the face the entire time. The one simple thing that will improve government for all Canadians. It's so simple. All we have to do is...
Keep your head down, Rick. This may take a while. Love the show.
Thanks, Captain. Good plan.
Short but sweet.
so yeah, so that was what was showed. We've had that up for a little while on our Facebook feeds and our Twitter feeds and whatnot. Rick's been great at actually getting it out for everybody. The only other thing we have is the animatic. The animatic is, as Fatty had mentioned, is just basically drawings that go through a sequence. Maybe we can take a look at that.
And so this is what we're going to read over, right, guys? Ready for this?
Yeah, this is
So in this opening scene, basically what's happening is, wow, this is going to be hard.
this is
So that's Mr. Gold, and he's talking about the Prometheus protocol on television. And these two guys, these are two hoods that were, one guy's name is Dr. Stevel. He's like a regular at a lot of cons. I don't know if you guys know him. Well, we kind of wrote him in as a thug, and there's another dude named Dwayne Robertson. That's Richard Comley right there. This is like Richard's line.
Oh, huh?
Hi, we're here to take all your money. We got rent to pay.
I know I haven't arrived yet though. They're still shaking it.
Take this vicious shit.
You bastards! Excuse me, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt. Dave! Yeah, that's right. I've upgraded a bit since we last tangled. Come on, get up. Sorry, do I know you guys?
Know us? We almost took you down on Canada Day. Parliament Hill, platinum blonde, right? Ring any bells?
Nope. Does this? Looks like this wasn't a wasted trip after all, Horse. These guys have some kind of bargain basement version of my nanotech.
Horse is actually Mark Meir, who plays the commander in Mass Effect, by the way. He voices...
Just read the lines. We don't have time for the bio.
Read the lines!
Your power signature is supposed to be unique, but we're getting a duplicate pulsing up all over the world. They're spreading thin at HQ. Tell them we've got a lead. Well, they're dressed like gold goons, so if that's telling anything. Okay, pause this. Hit pause. We gotta catch up here. All right, where the hell are we? Horse says, listen, they've got special consultants in the pipeline. Listen, they've got a special consultant in the pipeline, some sort of uniquely qualified guy to deal with this problem. But just a heads up. Richard says,
I do. What do you got there? Excuse me?
well done.
How many takes?
I think we're about there. So, we got someone to deal with this. A civilian? Come on. If these two are an indication we can handle this without any outside, then I get blasted. Oh, big hit. Wow, these guys are really big. That warning Canuck is blasted from behind, flies into the gas station, slams into a punk. Another blast. Fine, put the specialist on.
Okay, I will, but first, you should know that.
Oh no, okay, wait a minute, stop.
We're way down.
We're way behind. Alright. Go ahead, you're doing Horse, and an excellent job, by the way.
You asked for it, buddy.
Now, Horse! Oh, you asked for it.
Oh, yeah. Gold is through the headset now.
Gotcha.
No, there's still, Horse says you asked for it, buddy. Let's get this right.
You just said that.
Yeah,
Twice.
you just said that twice? Oh, really? Hello, Captain.
No way. No.
Tom, listen. It was my call. I'd say to hell with that guy. But we're out of our depth here. I know it stings, but Gold knows your power set better than anybody. Somehow these guys are raising hell with it. We need his help.
Great. And what does he get out of this, exactly? Hex Monster Steve throws a few shots at Canuck, who ducks out of the way.
Now, Captain, the point of today's little romp is to exercise the nanites from the gentleman's system.
Canuck gets his footing and takes a few shots back at the Hex Monsters, gaining some distance between them.
We're going to need heat, and we're going to need you. That trick you do with your clubs.
Canuck takes a swing at the Hex Monster.
If you apply yourself, you'll find you can do it at other objects.
Hex Monster looks unfazed.
That petrol pump, for instance.
You can't be serious, Horse. He's a madman.
Right now, he's our madman, and our best shot at saving lives. Go with it, Tom.
Canuck breaks out of the Tomphas, rushes at the Hex Monsters and sends him crashing into the pump. Quickly, Canuck pins the Hex Monster to the ground to the base of the pump, crucifixion style, stepping on his chest. Canuck charges the pump, flips away to get a clear shot with his stun guns, rolls, jumps, and fires. The pump explodes, which is, I bet, we're at right there.
A nuclear explosion, too. This is like a nuclear petrol station.
That's right. And it's the pump explodes and is sucked back into the Hex Monster. The nanites are expelled from his body. Press play. And swarm. Press play! Hex bugs explore violently and drift up into the air like golden bugs of glowing goodness, and then descend violently into Canuck. Ah! Day breaks. 3 equilibrium choppers approach. 1 Chinook and 2 similar military choppers.
Tom, talk to me, Tommy.
Let me guess. This was my brother's idea, wasn't it?
Fade out.
Fade.
And then what music are we doing as well?
The song for episode 1.
Such a surprise.
So it will be a little bit longer than that in real play, obviously.
I don't know the rest of you, but I think I'd much rather watch that. Right? That was awesome.
You can do it at home too, folks. Download any script you like and play with your family.
That's exactly what we did in the studio. So speaking of the studio, like the process that you guys go through, maybe we can talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
Like how does it start? Where do you go? What does just?
I wake up in the morning, have a coffee.
Let's start from the point where you get the script.
He gets to the studio, then he has a coffee.
Okay, you go to the studio, you get the script.
I wake up in the morning, I have a coffee, I turn on my computer, and there's an email in there. It has a script.
He takes it to the toilet.
Yeah, it's always first thing in the morning. You know, after your coffee, because it's a have a laxative effect. What do you want to know? We go into a sound booth, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we developed these characters last year, so it was kind of like just shaking the cobwebs off and going in. So Fatty's there, as well as the director, and it's just kind of, we grind out a couple of different things. We figure it out, and we get into the zone we want it to be, and just work through it. Just kind of like what we did here, but over and over again, and just kind of.
And some of the neat thing around this time too, like especially because Chris was the first into this tattoo studio in Toronto, and you could hear there's something in his voice at first when he's voicing Canuck, and then suddenly, 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, suddenly you hear Canuck again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
he just has to kind of
I
find
hadn't
it.
done Canuck in a year and a half, and like in between I'm doing Dyson, I played a very deep sort of talking British guy on a little video game called Assassin's Creed with full Amos. And so yeah, it was interesting. I went in and I had all these sort of little programs already in me about how I was doing it. It took me a while to remember that Captain Canuck's actually kind of talks like, get the Canadiana kind of Canucky thing going, which is a very interesting sort of personality character on its own. So yeah, it was a while to find it. And yeah, it was like a wake-up call. It's like, oh right, that's Canuck.
Paul just had it.
Paul's always.
He wakes up as gold. I think.
It's gold. Gold's really easy with the hangover. It really is. Your voice drops. It's like, that's funny. I swear, all the best voice gigs I've ever had in my life have come as a result of getting the audition after, with a hangover. It's like your voice drops about 5 octaves. And it's really easy, and you sound fantastic.
Must be a British thing. I think they teach you Lambda.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't be surprised, because all those great actors with the great voiceover voices, they were drinkers. They were all theatre actors. They would all go out and they would drink copious amounts of beer, tell stories, poems, sing songs. When actors used to be fun and entertaining and creative and poetic and all that sort of stuff, which doesn't exist anymore.
Except for right here on
Except for right here, right now. In Halifax. So I think that's what they obviously used to smoke a lot. So, people used to have these beautiful, rich sounding voices.
Beautiful, rich, pre-cancerous voices.
That's what I do. I go into the mode of a 1950s actor the night before. I go into bars, spout poetry, drink too much, and then wake up and get the job. It's a good way to get a job, huh?
There you go.
Funny, every job is
Tell
that
your
good.
kids to be actors because got addiction. You got it's good.
Yeah.
It's a great career.
It helps to go to drama school and spend $100,000 on your training first, though.
All right, anyway, let's talk about Canuck.
How many people have seen the first webisode series in its entirety? How many people haven't then? Hands up. See, you could have shown it and you would have entertained people.
I could have shown it. Well, I thought we did.
Do we have the first
We
one?
absolutely do. We have it
Do you
on
guys want to
DVD.
watch the first ones?
Would you like to watch the first, the first season? It's about 20 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah? Watch some.
16 minutes.
16 minutes or
With
whatever it is.
commentary. With commentary.
Yeah, with commentary. We could do it like a DVD. See, greatness can come from absolute disaster, incompetence.
And later on, you can always watch on the website too, because you might miss stuff while you're laughing, staring at the
Definitely check it out.
attractive gentleman on the stage, perhaps.
Yeah, and how many people know about the comic book itself? Yeah? Great. Are you digging the new run and everything? Liking all that? That's good, huh?
And issue number 5 actually releases next week, so we're just about there.
While we get this set up, does anybody want to ask Richard any questions about how this whole thing started or anything? Before we get to
There's a microphone in the middle, if anybody wants to go
Is
up.
that mic active?
Or, I tell you what, if anybody wants to come up and ask a question, come sit in the seat. Right?
It's very cozy.
Anybody?
Just tell us the
Sandra?
Oh no, we got one, we got 2.
Yeah,
We got 3.
Go ahead.
Yeah, come on up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on up and sit here. She's Canuck.
You can use that mic.
She actually has something for you. We met her earlier.
I have something for Chris and Paul.
Oh.
Okay. I have to tear them out, but I drew these for you guys.
Fantastic. Can you sign that for me? Oh, you did.
Don't rip it. Don't rip it.
No, perfect. Thank you.
Don't want to rip it off the top of my head. Do you know what I like about this, Mr. Gold? Is it looks more like me than the on the thing. Nice one. It looks like a much younger version.
Thank you very much, my dear.
I should grow that beard.
You might
Can we see
get
the
sued
picture?
for trademark
Can we
infringement.
see,
No,
please?
just saying. All right.
All right, shoot, fire away.
It's right in front of your face. Just use
That works. You just got to get really close to it.
Yeah, he gave me his. I'm just wondering where I put that. That's what I'm asking. But my question was more of the.
I think it's this one.
It's more of a silly question about if you guys could have any if you could have either superpowers or super tech, which one would you want?
I'm all natural, man. I want superpowers.
I want super tech.
Super
is
tech.
awesome.
Yeah, power would be fun though.
Can't really argue.
Power.
Natural power.
Power.
It's like Superman versus Batman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get into that one.
Are we gonna open that can of
franchise?
worms?
Like,
Not here.
I've got a kryptonite suit. Yeah, but I could throw a semi-truck on you from 2 miles away. Or fly into outer space and burn you down. I don't know. I'll take superpowers.
Take superpowers. Humans against gods.
I'll make it unanimous, so I'll take superpowers.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with super tech. Forget it. I'm Bruce Wayne.
Why super?
No,
You want Wayne?
I want to be Wayne.
You want to be Wayne?
I want Clark Kent.
Okay.
This is Capt
Just got to
Canuck.
sell a few more copies of Canuck, and then we'll get there.
All right, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Young man, out of the seat.
Come on. There's a mic in front of you there.
Welcome to the stage.
Yeah.
So, what is the original backstory of Captain Canuck?
What a great question.
This one goes to
What's your
Richard, the
How
original.
old are you?
8.
8.
Good job. What's your name? Introduce yourself to the audience. Say hello.
My name is Odin.
Really?
He has
Quick, get your
supernatural
kryptonite
powers.
suit. We have a god amongst us.
Great question.
Odin, okay.
You're asking, this is a question you're asking, what is the original backstory to Captain Canuck? Okay.
Like,
so,
how did Canuck get his powers?
Yeah. Is that, how did
Just
he?
the backstory of what?
Yeah, he knows what he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants.
Yeah, just there you go. You got a mic now, dude.
Hold it close like that when you want to talk. Okay, so 1975 is when I published the first issue, and I think in the winter of '74, '75, I was still trying to figure that out. You know, the very thing that you're asking. But in the end, I decided that Capt Canuck would be a man by the name of Tom Evans, who, with his brother, joined the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. But Tom was also a scout leader. So they're both Mounties, him and his brother Michael, and this is the same Michael that in the new series. They've made some changes and updates. So
Played by Jason Priestley, by the way.
yes, thank you. Yeah. And so he's also a scout leader, and he takes his scouts out. So let me back up a minute first. Tom and Michael are Mounties, but they both join a new organization called CISO. And I pointed this out in the past. CISO preceded CSIS by almost exactly 10 years. But it's the same idea. And so they join as agents for a federal intelligence agency, sort of like Canada's version of the CIA.
But a lot nicer.
Yeah. Thank you. And he's a scout leader. He takes his troop out for a wilderness camp. And while they're out camping, they're way out in the wilderness, aliens come along and examine them.
This is where it gets good.
Yeah. And apparently this happens all the time. There are people who get together and talk about their experiences. Now, what aliens do, by the way, after they examine the species...
I don't know if he's ready for this, Richard. Richard, hold on.
All right. They erase their memories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For good reason.
That also works.
It happened to me last night.
Yeah. They erase their memories. And this is what happened to Tom. So these guys, the aliens came along, they examined him, and then they left. But they made sure that they erased their memories. Now, one of the aliens was, kind of affected Tom with a ray. Just one of the instruments that he was using affected him. And so when Tom went back to CISO, and they were testing all the agents, they wanted to see how fit they were, how strong they were, how fast they were. And when they tested him, he was 2-3 times stronger, faster than any other agent. And it just blew them away. So that's what, when the light bulbs went on and they decided, let's make him our special showpiece agent, come up with a costume, come up with a code name, make him our front man kind of thing. And so the heads of CISO came up with a costume and the name Capt Canuck, and that was the beginning of Capt Canuck. Is that a good answer? That is? Okay.
Thank you.
I guess supernatural about
Nice one.
Right.
Cheers, Odin.
I think we've got that DVD queued up.
All right. That sounds good.
House lights down!
Captain, I've lost visual. What's going on? Canuck!
Little busy, Red. It was some kind of flash grenade.
Must have been an EFP. All of your armor systems are down.
Really? You don't say. Now that you boys are all warmed up, it's my turn.
Wait, what?
Talk to me, Red.
Our intel was dirty. The bomb's not out there.
What?
The trail ends here, Canuck. You have to find that bomb.
Hold on.
Maybe one of these guys will give us directions.
Happy Canada Day, folks.
Okay, Canuck, get moving. There's a holiday crowd out there and we have less than 3 minutes. They want to blow up your little parliament building anyway.
Just your run-of-the-mill, everyday madman would be my guess.
How could those plumbers disable your arm?
Later, Red. First the bomb.
Captain Canuck? Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan!
Sorry, miss, I don't have time right now. Oh, thank you. Duty calls.
Stop flirting and move!
Red, that wasn't flirting. Trust me.
That's too bad.
Do you want to stop for photos with your fans or take care of this bomb?
Bomb first. Fans later. Sensors are up.
Couldn't have done that during Loverboy's set.
Is that a bomb? Okay.
That's Richard.
So how do I defuse this thing?
No time! Just get it away from the crowd!
Cue the fireworks! Hey, no fireworks! I wish my boosters were online. Evacuate the building!
So let me get this straight. Your master plan is to take the bomb that's about to explode inside the seat of the Canadian government?
Trust me on this one, Red.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, all part of the show.
Good work, Tom.
Thanks, Red. You too. But didn't that seem a little bit too easy?
Canada's very own Captain Canuck put on quite a show for the crowd, making the...
It was quite the show indeed.
So, like, I got the skin cell samples from that overgrown Boy Scout.
Oh, he's much more than that.
That bomb wasn't a part of the plan.
Your point?
I don't like surprises, Mr. Gold. Maybe I'll just keep Canuck skin cells. Could be worth a lot to the right person.
Come, Blue Fox. I thought we had an exclusive relationship.
Surprises cost extra. 2 million extra.
What's another 2 million between friends? Canuck and his powers are mine.
Well, we get some Halifax references in this one, everybody get ready.
In our studio today, we have Canada's very own superhero, Captain Canuck. Thanks for being here, Captain.
My pleasure, AJ.